So, Wedger's been at it again, YouTube viewers. Quelle surprise! Another week, another Wedger. He's been back again, hasn't he? Him and his little band of merry grifters. Oh, yes, he has. Last week, did something about him, can't remember where. Next thing you know, he's walking down your Bayswater, out of his mind on something or other, I don't know what. Wandering along the street, then he's on another blooming news channel, something or other, I don't know what he was doing. He got himself about 4.5 hours on Sean Shatwood's programme. I don't know why they just don't call it the John Wedger Show, really, to be honest, because he's always blooming on there. Then he got himself on some religious fruitcake, fundamental Christian person about 5 o'clock in the morning. He managed to get what was in America. So you wake up in the morning, you put on your tablet, oh, there's the Wedger, 5 o'clock in the bloody morning, going about Jesus and Gould and Christ knows what else. Yes, he's still out hunting demons, he is hunting witches and wizards, running around the woods and everything. Yeah, still walking around the place calling children. Well, basically, he calls children the P words. Yes, he does. P-R-O, and then a word that sounds like institute or institution. It's a word that he actually uses to describe children. And I mean, it's so offensive, and I can't help thinking to myself that I think if he was, say, a Muslim, and he was ranting on in a fundamental way about your Muslim God or whatever, oh, there'd be hell to pay. He'd probably have all the security services watching him. But where he's a fundamental Christian, he can just say what he wants. He can just do what he wants and nobody cares. Yes, he can do what he wants. Like his little mate, Jeanette Archer. She got herself arrested for being anti-Semitic and being on the terror thing or something. Being a terrorist or threatening to murder or something. I don't know what she was bloody getting on up to. Anyway, she wanted to have a go at the, I don't know who it was it the Rothschilds or something or other, because they're Jewish and this, that and the other. Jewish is a race. It's a race, it's not a religion. Being a Jew isn't a religion, it's a race. It's a race of people. So basically she's racist, yes. Basically racist and probably anti-Semitic as well, because, well, yes, but she's now on bail or something or other, what she's got herself involved with, usual old shit that she comes out with. Yes, and you got your John Wedger marching around Bayswater the other week. Then, I don't know how long he was on, about 3.5 hour interview with Shatwood. Then he's back on the next day, bubbling on about, I don't know what, God, Christ. He's nuts. There you go, I've just said it. I'll put it out there, YouTube viewers. He's nuts. And I'll tell you another thing. He might well be nuts, but he's snide nuts, if you get me, because he's on his way over to America. He knows all the big bucks, American Christian, oogie-woogie. I know those cranky evangelical type of Christian fundamentalists. They've got a lot of money in America. Yes, that's where he's winding his way over to. He's not bloody stupid. I ain't being funny. He is Christianity, what bloody Laurie Vallow, or whatever her name is, that Laurie Vallow person that's in there. Well, he is Christianity, what she is to blooming childcare. I can't even believe that people think he's a bleeding Christian. Blooming idiot. Anyway, he's walking around the other day, calling children the P words, as I've already said, being as offensive as he could possibly be. And he said he doesn't care that how many people find it offensive, because when he calls children the P word, it's purely semantic. And I thought, well, it's purely something, but I don't know what you mean by semantic. So anyway, yes, I thought to myself, well, semantically speaking, semantics are part of the linguistic thing. I mean, if you study your linguistics, basically like wordsmith, innit? Linguistics, study of the language, innit? And you've got your semantics, that's part and parcel of studying linguistics. And I mean, semantics, they're sort of, I don't know, they're divided up into two parts. You get your logical semantics, and then you get your lexical semantics. I mean, your lexical semantics, they refer to words and their interplay and how words change over, or even over a year. Some word can mean something one year and it can mean something completely different the next year. Lexical, in other words, in the public parlance and in the public lexicon. That's what it means. And then you get your logical semantics. What logical semantics are all about? They're about words to what you use to give context or to give reference, usually sometimes with an implication or I don't know, just a sort of reference or a sense or implication, inference, anything like that, that within a sentence makes you understand more of what's going on in the sentence. So it's like if I said, Wedger's walking down the road, you just think, so what, Gert? No one cares, he's walking down the road. But if I turn around and I said, Oh, Wedger's stumbling down the road. The use of the word stumbling would presuppose that, well, his walking was a bit impeded. And the inference and the implication could well be taken that because he was stumbling, and the word I deliberately used was stumbling, it gave the inference he was probably pissed or something. That's what semantics are. It's a proposition. That's what he does. He uses the word steer either before or after the word child or children, and he uses it as a presupposition. So we're presupposing that this is a thing. And if you actually look into it, there's no such crime. It can't even happen. There is no such thing as a child that does that. It just doesn't happen. It does if you're an off-your-head Christian trying to get loads of money out of people, and in America and they're invoking some sort of Victorian London where that actually used to happen. Maybe then, yes, because I think he very deliberately, calculatingly and on purpose uses that word. And I think he on purpose tries to offend as many people as he blimmin' can. Oh yes, he does, and he doesn't care either. He literally doesn't care. As long as he's getting all the lucre and he's getting all the rah-rahs and all the charity and gold in heaven and all that old carry-on, and he can afford a bottle of gin every night, he's quite happy. He doesn't really care how much he slanders children. Funny how he goes on about semantics, because I've always thought he was an horrible, perverted, deceitful, fraudulent, deviant little weirdo, really. I mean, semantically speaking, of course, you know.